Where am I? Wasn't I just piloting the BiD fighter jet on a combat mission over the South China Sea? How did I end up on a civilian airliner? Chen, you've really let me down. You scored 150 on the college entrance exam, and you have the nerve to sit next to me? I don't know how you even have the face to come on this graduation trip. Aren't you embarrassed? I'm embarrassed for you. What? Chen only scored 150? That means he didn't even make the cutoff for a bachelor's degree. A bachelor's degree? You're giving this loser too much credit. With that score, he'd struggle to get into a community college. I remember Lin Chen scored over 600, right? She's so outstanding. How could she be with trash like Chen? We're breaking up. Engine explosion. The cabin is depressurizing. Everyone, please remain calm. Our aircraft is passing through an area of unstable air currents. Please stay in your seats and fasten your seatbelts. But the plane hasn't stalled and fallen yet. As long as the other engine keeps running normally, we shouldn't have a major problem. Suang 8133, please respond. 8133, please respond. Chief, Suang 8133, shortly after takeoff from Lin Chen, suddenly descended 1,400 meters from its original altitude. Suang 8133, Suang 8133. This is Southwest Air Traffic Control, please respond. Chief, 8133 is squawking emergency code. Quick, help the captain. Chief flight attendant, what do we do now? I've been a flying prodigy since I was a kid. Please, trust me. I can land this plane safely. Chen, are you crazy? Get back here. Stop causing more trouble for everyone. Don't believe him. He's a guy who could only score 150 on the college entrance exam. I don't want to be killed by a loser like Chen. Young man, are you sure you know how to fly a plane? There are 119 passengers on this flight. That's over 100 lives. I need to hear a serious answer. Do you actually know how to fly? The cabin has already lost pressure. Can any of you guarantee that the 3 pilots will regain consciousness before the fuel runs out? If the fuel runs out, and the plane hasn't landed yet, all that awaits us is crashing into a mountain or a fatal plunge. Then everyone will die, if you want to die. You can keep praying for the pilots to wake up. But if you don't, let me take over the controls. This is your only chance of survival. Trust me. You want to die? Then keep praying the captain wakes up. But if you don't, let me take over the controls. Trust me, it's your only chance to survive. He seems like he really knows how to fly. A kid fresh out of high school. Could he seriously know how to operate an Airbus A319? Did we make contact? Director, could Flight 8133 be dealing with a hijacking? Probably not. If there were hijackers, they wouldn't typically maintain radio silence. That leaves only one possibility. Flight 8133 is experiencing a perilous accident. Contact the military, now. Have them scramble fighters to escort Flight 8133. Scramble immediately to escort along the northwest route. Maintain first level alert on dispatch. This is Southern Airlines, 8133, calling the tower, repeating, calling the tower. Director, Flight 8133, we've made contact, 8133. This is Southwest Air Traffic Control, we've received your call. Please describe the situation immediately. The left engine is out. We're flying on one engine. We have injured on board. I need to turn back immediately. Turning back is not an option. I need to make an emergency landing at the nearest airport. Starting now, you can choose to divert to Rongqing International Airport. All passenger flights, hold for takeoff. All runways have been cleared for you. Nearby air traffic has been rerouted to give way. At this moment, the entire southwest airspace is open for you. Copy that. Chen, you useless piece of crap, are you trying to kill us all? He was never a real pilot to begin with. If we keep going like this, we're going to crash into the mountains. Oh god, I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die. Wait, that's a person. Flight 8133 is declaring an emergency. Windshield is shattered. Looks like the co-pilot. The co-pilot is hanging outside the fuselage. Falcon, are you sure you saw that right? 01, I'm positive. Calling 01, we have an emergency. The person flying 8133 doesn't seem to be the captain. It appears to be a student. I suspect the aircraft has been hijacked. 8133, this is the control tower. Respond, please. Who the hell are you? 10.00. If these two thunderclouds merge successfully, given the plane's current condition, it absolutely cannot make it through the storm zone. The hailstorm and thunderstorm forming inside are enough to destroy this Airbus A319. Time to show some real skill. What's this guy trying to do? He's going to force his way through the storm zone. This guy is flying a civilian airliner like it's a fighter jet. 01, I suspect the person flying 8133 is probably a top retired pilot from overseas. Aha, the maneuver that pilot just pulled was a spoon maneuver. A skill even we haven't mastered. Who on earth is sitting in that cockpit? This person is a madman. A complete and utter madman. I don't care who you are, please think about your family. Think about the over 100 lives on that plane. You're risking everyone's lives. I order you to change course and detour immediately. Shut up. If you really want to save the people on that plane, then remember this. Right now, I'm the only one who can land this plane safely. 8133, change course immediately. Repeat, change course immediately. It's over. In this situation, over 100 people on the plane have absolutely no hope of survival. Sigh. Report to 01. Report to the tower. 01 received. What's the situation? He's not hijacking the plane. He's not a madman. He's using the thunderstorm. Using the updraft to lift the plane. He's right. He's saving this plane. He did it. He really did. He did it. Dual engine failure. Suang 8133. Dual engine shutdown. The plane has lost all power. Entering powerless glide phase. Requesting final emergency landing route guidance. Tower received. Maintain current heading and altitude. Await further instructions. Notify the military. Immediately activate the highest level air disaster emergency plan. Notify all units at Rongqing Airport to prepare for the wreckage. The wreckage. This is absolutely impossible. The glide ratio of the Airbus A319 is 17:1 at its current altitude and speed. Theoretically, it can only glide up to 120 kilometers at most. 80 kilometers ahead of it is a continuous mountain range over 6,000 meters in elevation. It can't fly over it. From a physics and aerodynamics perspective, the survival rate for this accident is 0. This is science sentencing the 119 passengers on this plane and 9 crew members to death. Left engine's out completely. Right engine still heating up. Maintain altitude. Don't let it stall. One last mountain ahead. Hold on a little longer. Oh my god. Are we gonna crash? Hold on tight. Hold on. It's okay. Don't look outside. Fasten your seatbelts. Stay in your seats. We still have control. This is all my fault. I shouldn't have broken up with him. This is his revenge. Tell the crew to stop trying. Brace for impact. Final moments. Everyone quiet. Your textbooks need an update. Watch. I'll show the world a lesson. What it means to fly for real. He's using the air currents to regain energy. He's entered the thermal circulation. His flight path is more precise than the fire control computer. He's ejected. Altitude 3,000. 50 kilometers from the airport. He did it. 8133 requesting ILS approach. Report ground wind speed and direction. Give him the data. Quick. Lower the landing gear. Flaps 15. Check heading. Adjust glide path. He rewrote the textbook. He is the textbook. You, who are you? You, who the hell are you? This person. We've taken over. Is 8133 your primary target? Jiang Chuchen, 16-year-old waste. Jiang Chuchen, 18-year-old waste. All the workers thought you'd gone missing. Your parents, ordinary workers, thought you'd disappeared. You contacted overseas IPs. Made contact. Exposed. Finished? I have hyperthymesia. Every book I've read, every image I've seen, is etched in my brain, and I can perform logical deduction. I'm an aviation enthusiast, a military enthusiast, used my allowance to buy over 10,000 hours of flight simulator time. Like the MiG-21 BIS in DCS, and the VMAX plugin in X-Plane. Group leader Chen's mental fortitude is beyond human. Instruments might be ineffective on him. Continue the isolation review. Nonsense. Who faked the data? No human can fly that curve. This isn't genius. This is monstrous. You don't understand flying. This man's value to the Air Force exceeds that of an army group. His capabilities must be assessed by the military. Let him fly the 6th generation fighter. The simulator can replicate the black box maneuvers. I guarantee it with my 2 stars. He's a national asset. Should I personally tie him up and deliver him to your doorstep? Enter the simulator. Begin. Entering the simulator. Let's begin. Simulator activated. Right engine on fire. Hydraulic system failure. Cabin pressure loss. Using ridge lift during unpowered glide. Data matching rate. Reduce thrust by 20%. Data matching at 100% during thunderstorm penetration. Using ridge lift during unpowered glide. No way. That's absolutely impossible. We've witnessed history. Fighter jet simulation data loading in. Test subject, high altitude stall spin recovery attempt. The death spiral. This is only the beginning. The General Systems mainframe has determined the pilot cheated. The report indicates that all core data from that recent Cobra maneuver exceeded the theoretical optimums. The system deems these parameters impossible for any human to achieve. It's illegal data injection. Heh. Pass down the order. Project Skyfire can be initiated. Comrade Chu Chen. I, Long Jinghua, on behalf of the People's Air Force of Longhua, formally invite you to join our military's highest level classified initiative, Project Skyfire. General, I accept the invitation. Comrade Chu Chen. I will now formally reveal to you the true nature of Project Skyfire and the mission you must undertake. We all know what the heart of a fighter jet is. Its heart, the aviation engine. Without a powerful engine of our own, our Longhua's fighter jets will forever depend on others' whims. True freedom of the skies would remain an empty promise. Project Skyfire is Longhua's all-out national effort, staking the future of our Air Force for the next 30 years. Its success or failure determines whether we can stand tall in the future and properly defend our airspace. Never expected. Dragon Nation has reached this point as well. I can guarantee. The core of our project, the engine codenamed Dragonheart Gold, has a design philosophy that defies conventional understanding. But the project has been stalled for nearly a year due to two unprecedented bottlenecks. First, materials science. The new generation of single crystal vortex turbine blades don't last long enough under extreme temperature and RPM. Cracks appear after every use. Second, the flight control system. To match the extreme thrust, we designed a completely new aerodynamic layout. But during transonic speeds and at high angles of attack, it generates unstoppable dynamic resonance. If we can't solve it, the plane will crash and everyone will die. Comrade Chu Chen, I know this must be stressful for you, but our entire project team is desperately in need of genius like yours right now. We need you. We need your ability to lead us in breaking all conventional flight rules. This is Comrade Chu Chen. Starting today, he will serve as the special technical advisor for our flight control research team. Please welcome him. You've got to be kidding me, a high school student advisor? Ugh, please, haha, I bet he's some big shots kid, getting a cushy gig for his resume. By the way, General Long, we're very happy to have Advisor Chu join us. However, to help Advisor Chu integrate quickly into our work, I'd like to ask Advisor Chu a very basic question in our field. In an unsteady, incompressible flow field, how do you accurately construct the exact solution to the Navier-Stokes equations, and then explain in detail how this solution specifically applies to the control surface coupling in the long XIN flying wing configuration we're working on? Textbook questions aren't worth wasting everyone's time on here. This J-10 flight control system has a hidden flaw in its design. When the fighter performs a high G maneuver over 8 Gs at a specific altitude between 9,000 and 11,000 meters, and its instantaneous angle of attack exceeds 28 degrees, the core processor will enter a logical dead loop due to an algorithm bug. The result is that the horizontal stabilizer and flap on one side of the plane will experience a 0.01 second lockup. Nonsense. Chief Wang is here. Young man, I am the chief designer of this flight control system. It has already been installed on our fighter jets, safely serving for over 1 million flight hours. The so-called rudder lock you mention is pure nonsense. Xiao Lu, bring up our actual flight control, all the data under extreme conditions, and show it to him. Take a good look. From stall spins to high-altitude overloads, all extreme situations, we've conducted tens of thousands of simulations and tests. All data is within safe limits. Every curve is perfectly closed loop. Your hypothesis simply doesn't hold. Chief Wang, your data isn't wrong. But the algorithm you use to process this data is all wrong. The entire flight control logic is built on the core idea of passive error correction. In other words, the pilot is almost seen deceased relatives waving at him. Your flight control system only starts to compensate and correct. This logic is sufficient for most errors. But at the extreme critical point I mentioned earlier, the anomaly and loss of control and flight attitude are simultaneous. It happens in 0.01 seconds, or even shorter. Your passive, reactive algorithm has no reaction time at all. This predictive compensation algorithm, I call it GHOST. This algorithm doesn't need to be reactive. It can predict the trend of loss of control 0.05 seconds before it appears, through instantaneous dynamic data. Accurately predict this trend, and preemptively perform reverse 0.01 second level micro-adjustment compensation. It can nip rudder lock in the bud at its root. The possibility of a bug occurring. Your algorithm simply isn't feasible. Your algorithm is impossible to implement. I admit, your theoretical concept is brilliant, but you completely ignore the most basic engineering principles, the most fundamental structural strength. If we follow your algorithm, predictive compensation 0.05 seconds in advance means the speed and angle of the control surface deflection would far exceed the structural strength limits of a real fighter jet. The stress generated by that 0.01 second micro-adjustment would be enough to rip the entire tail off on the spot. That's not flying a plane. You're putting on a fireworks show. General, give me 3 hours of access to the Institute's supercomputer. I will fully integrate the Ghost algorithm into a real, complete simulation model, and run a full-state simulated flight. If the simulation shows the aircraft would be overstressed, or if it can't solve the control lock problem I pointed out, I, Chu Chen, will willingly face court-martial. The charge being, endangering national security. Supercomputing Center, support Comrade Chu Chen immediately. Whatever he asks for, you must provide it to him right away. If there's any issue with this simulation, I, Long Jinghua, am staking my 2 stars here. I'm betting on these 2 general stars on my shoulders. I, Long Jinghua, will take full responsibility. Just wait and see. A crazy algorithm that doesn't even understand engineering redundancy. I bet, within 3 minutes, his nonsense theory is bound to fail. In position. Let's begin. This is our system. It's just that awesome. Warning, rudder lock risk value exceeds threshold. Critical state triggered. Attitude instability. Virtual airframe disintegration. Lock all data. Send to the playback pod. Broken again before 28 degrees. Impossible. Continue. "50 milliseconds early. Ghost takeover." It's passed. A 15 percentage point increase. The numbers don't lie. A 15 percentage point increase. Impossible for everyone to lock in on the data. Without permission, it's not to be disclosed. What is it? It revived. It revived the entire fighter jet. This isn't human intelligence. This is the hand of God. Encrypt this report at the highest level. Bypass all intermediate layers. Use my general level clearance to send it directly to the highest command. Put it on number 1's desk. In addition, in the report's appendix, add my personal assessment, Long Jinghua's. Chu Chen's evaluation is changed to this world's most incredible national treasure. Whatever bullshit procedures you have now, you keep all that pointless talk to yourselves. Listen to me carefully. In my capacity as Deputy Minister of the Dragon Air Force Equipment Department, I formally submit, on behalf of Comrade Chu Chen, to your National Security Department, an application for the highest level of security protection. Comrade Qin Shuyan, your original, investigative mission targeting S-01, Chu Chen, is to be stopped. From now on, your department will immediately activate the S-Level Security Plan codenamed Guardian, the S-Level Security Plan. Your new identity is Protector of S-01 Target. Your new identity is Target S-01, Chu Chen's sole external liaison officer and personal security chief. I grant you, in any emergency that threatens the target's safety, the right to take action without prior approval. Minister, I guarantee the mission will be accomplished. Comrades, the success of the algorithm has solved the flight control challenge for Dragonheart. However, we must soberly recognize that another mountain lies ahead of us. And it's an even harder one to climb. Let's welcome the overall head of our Materials Science Task Force, Academician Zhang Jingji, to report on another core bottleneck of the project. Comrades, this is the Dragonheart engine. The core turbine blade damaged during extreme testing For Dragonheart to achieve the formidable thrust, designed to rival the F-119 engine. According to our calculations, its turbine inlet temperature must stabilize at 2200 Kelvin. Currently, the 5th-generation single-crystal turbine blade we can mass-produce domestically uses a core material we independently developed, DZ400, a directionally solidified superalloy. Its temperature limit is 1950 K. That's a full 250 K short, a whole 250 Kelvin difference. Team, I have to tell you a harsh reality. This isn't a problem with the production process anymore. It's a generational gap in fundamental materials science. It's an insurmountable chasm that our entire Dragon Nation's industrial systems simply cannot cross at this stage. The fundamental direction is wrong. You're actually saying the direction is wrong? We must adopt a cobalt-rhenium alloy system. Impossible. I admit you're a genius in flight control, but in materials science, you're talking nonsense. The formula? Can you produce a formula? Take a good look. This is the formula. Following this formula, and the directional solidification purification process that goes with it, this alloy system, which I've named Ether, will have a final product with a stable operating temperature that can reach 2500 Kelvin. 2500 Kelvin will definitely meet the Dragonheart engine's needs. It'll even have room to spare to roast something else. Theoretically, as long as we control the energy threshold precisely, we can achieve a stable quantum lead core under normal pressure. Theoretically. It's absolutely feasible. Professor Chu, Professor Chu, the formula you provided is nothing short of a masterpiece. But I don't know how to actually build it. Please teach me. You flatter me, Chief Engineer Wang. Let's discuss it together. Professor Chu, the first issue is vacuum level. To reach the dust-free environment your formula requires our current vacuum melting furnace. What pressure in pascals must we control it to? Also, the crucible material needs to withstand temperatures of 2500 Kelvin. We've tested every known material, and none meet the requirements. We'll have to use vacuum induction melting technology, operating in a vacuum, to heat the metal directly from within. As for the core section, we'll adopt tokamak's principle, using magnetic levitation for contactless melting of the alloy. Finally, directional solidification. We must use this liquid metal cooling, directional solidification. I seem to see the future of our country's aviation industry, a future free from anyone's constraints. Teacher Chu, starting today, on behalf of the Research Institute, we formally hire you to serve at our Research Institute number 9 as the Chief Materials and Process Consultant. The core of the sky alloy smelting process is just one thing. It's this machine that can achieve controllable, asymmetric gradient directional solidification. This branch line connects the main reaction chamber in the outer cooling tower. The key is here. There's no reflux valve. Once it fails, pressure will backflow. The entire circulation will be forced to shut down. So we require that 2 independent checks be completed before startup. Even if it takes a few extra hours, it's worth it. This is Fengyan 1. A project that was completely sealed 20 years ago. Lu, what are you saying? What Fengyan 1? Chief Wang, have you forgotten the biggest accident in our research institute 20 years ago? A group of geniuses proposed the controllable asymmetric gradient theory, spent a huge amount to build a prototype codenamed Fengyan 1. We have the world's most advanced recipe, but we don't even have a usable pot. Wang, what do we do now? What else can we do? Starting from scratch, recreating the Phoenix I-1 from the ground up. Metal fatigue. That noise was the control system crashing. These idiots. Heh. What a waste of a good hand. General, I think I know where we can find what we need. Do you have any idea what you're saying? Do you know what kind of hellhole Lab 7 is? 20 years ago, during the Phoenix I-1's final ignition test, the control program failed, the reactor core overpressurized and exploded. Lab 7 has been sealed with concrete ever since. General, I've studied the accident report. The root cause was a flaw in their control algorithm, not a fundamental hardware defect. Chief designer Lin couldn't solve this problem back then. But I can. I, Chen, stake my life on it. Reopen Lab 7. If the mission fails, I will bear full responsibility. I'll accept the court-martial's highest judgment. Good. I'm with you. I'll bet this uniform on it. Get me the high command. Right now. Immediately. Come back in one piece. Relax. I'm not that easy to kill. Team 2, position on the north slope. Team 3, deploy the sensors. Secure the perimeter within 10 minutes. Maintain a 2-minute reporting interval. Stay together. Get this door open. This is it. Lin Wangdong. Dual vector nozzles. The 6th generation fighter jet, the Zhulong. Variable sweep forward wing configuration for high altitude, high speed flight, integrated with the Taihang series adaptive cycle engines, a unified design concept, an integrated concept. Isn't this the White Emperor that I piloted in my past life? Soul Dragon Heart Ghost System. This is just too perfect. I'll make the White Emperor break free from this notebook, and become an eagle soaring through the skies. The temperature didn't drop after the module reboot. Change line C12 to a parallel configuration. Set residual heat to 2.5 for now. Got it. Stabilizing function. Understood. The temperature curve has stabilized. Start the self-diagnostic. Initiating self-diagnostic. Core ring stable. All data readings are turning green. Good. Let it breathe on its own for a while. Some flies have snuck in, and not just one. My sensors aren't picking up anything. What's your basis for that? My gut feeling. All teams, stay alert, maintain formation, keep an eye on the signal surveillance. Notify everyone. Initiate Plan B. Today, we're bagging birds and cooking meat. They're really going for the kill. Step on it. Turn the wheel 30 degrees. Ram his left front tire. Finish him off. Teams B and C, move in. Target neutralized. Ambush. They have backup. Number 3, flank them from the left. Block their escape route. Copy that. Mission failed. Fall back, now. All units, retreat. Clear the way. General, the elevator shaft isn't secured yet. I don't need a reminder. Don't waste time. The general's room is east. Got it. Right turn leads to the ICU. Understood. Hang on, I'm coming. You bastards. To dare act on our soil, against our dragon nation's national treasure. These scum are asking for death. Immediately cease all field operations at Lab 7. Evacuate Comrade Chu Chen to the underground facility at once. Initiate the highest level of physical isolation and protection. Move the perimeter forward 2 kilometers immediately. No one is to approach the research institute. Is that clear? General. I disagree. Hiding, that's just handing the knife to the enemy. We'd just be stuck in passive defense. Until one day, they find a hole in our defenses we can't plug. On the contrary, I need to go out and scare them a bit. I need to step back into the public eye. As the Suang 8133 hero. Report to the university. That's insane. Using a national treasure as bait? I won't do it. Do you want a venomous snake, forever hiding in the dark corners where we can't see it, ready to jump out and bite us at any moment? Or, lure it into a home field we've prepared in advance, and strike its vital spot in one blow? We'll do it your way. This mission's codename, Bait. Suang 8133 hero, the young Chu Chen, for his outstanding contributions, has been exceptionally admitted to Zhonghai Aerospace University. Also a distant cousin of Chu Chen. So this is university life. Chu Chen, what's the deal with your file? Special admission. Other than a name and ID number, the rest is completely blank. Hello, Mr. Zhang. Wow. No way. It's Qin Shuiyan. Mr. Zhang, this is my cousin Chu Chen. His background is a bit unusual. The paperwork is still being processed. That's why the file looks a bit sparse. Oh, so you're teacher Qin's brother. That explains it. Xiao Chen, let's go. Let your cousin show you around. Hello, students. You're all here in our elite class, because of your outstanding results. I hope you'll all learn from each other in the future. Lastly, I'd like to introduce a special student. Student Chu Chen, he's a special admission student this year. You're kidding. What kind of special admission gets you straight into the Super S class? I despise people like him who use connections to get ahead. Trash who take shortcuts. People like him are a disgrace to the word genius. There's something strange about that guy's demeanor. He doesn't seem like a student, more like... Honored guests, good day, professors. I have an academic question. I'd like to discuss it with our new classmate, Chu Chen, to exchange some views. When establishing the unsteady, thermodynamic coupling model for the 5th generation variable cycle engine, how did you handle the non-equilibrium entropy increase problem under the strong interference of the high-pressure turbine shock wave boundary layer? The model you're referring to, its theoretical basis, is it based on an idealized isentropic, adiabatic assumption, or the non-ideal multi-component mixing entropy increase of the pre-swirl cooling air film? This is the standard textbook paradigm. Of course it's based on a modified isentropic model. Your so-called standard simply isn't possible on a real engine, with a thrust-to-weight ratio exceeding 10. You can't even achieve stable airflow, and you're talking about thermodynamic cycles? The interference of this effect on entropy increase is fatal. Your model doesn't even have this variable. What's the difference between your calculation results and scrap paper in the trash? What is he talking about? The plasma sheath effect. He's already considering that now. So thirdly, your entire question is fundamentally a pseudo-problem divorced from engineering practice. He's not worth a dime. It's completely worthless. Regarding the Dragonheart engine, at the M3.5 transonic dynamic stall critical point, how do you construct a system that balances structural strength, redundancy, and a synergistic control matrix with microsecond level thrust response? That's impossible. It's too beautiful. Ah. Heh, this is my answer for you. It's him, Gao Mengyuan, Lin Wandong's junior colleague. He's the only person in this world who could possibly understand Lin Wandong's crazy theories. Hello, everyone. By introducing nonlinear Reynolds stress, this Gao model of mine can increase accuracy by 30%. An extremely minute computational error, hidden within the model's core equation set. If you apply this model to Fengyan 1's gradient temperature control algorithm, the reactor core's heat will instantly spiral out of control. The result is only one thing. Everything, people in the reactor, blown to bits. Hey, there. If this mistake is applied to the Phoenix Eye, it could destroy the furnace and kill someone. So that's how it is. Then who could have passed that note? Could it be that special admit student Chu Chen, who, on the very first day of school, stomped all over Morong Face pride, and then just vanished into obscurity? Chu Chen? Yes? I didn't mean to pry into your secrets. I just really admire you. I'm leading a key pre-research team. We're working on a project about aerodynamic heating effects. May I invite you to join? But I prefer working alone. How dare you reject smooching? You're just a privileged brat. What gives you the right to act all high and mighty here? You think you're so great? A genius, huh? In 1 week, we have the Academy's entrance exam for everyone. If your total score doesn't beat mine, you have to admit in front of everyone that you're a privileged brat, then get out of the super-ass elite class. Heh, go ahead. It's too boring to be with a bunch of fools. Who designed this thing? Why is it so heavy? What's wrong, folks? Don't panic. Consultant Chu, the repair assessment of the physical structure is complete, but we've run into a problem. Its internal structure design is different from what we learned. We're afraid to touch it. Chief Wang, I now demand that the original data stream from the internal sensors of Phoenix I-1 before the accident, the original data stream from the internal sensors of Phoenix I-1, be transmitted to me. Stop, Liam-O. Take the pressure sensor at point C of the heat exchange circuit, and the reactor core, the 12 peak data from the gamma-ray spectrometer, and immediately import it into the logical model. Perform a forced correlation analysis. Quick! Master Chu is revered as a divine oracle by the entire material science community of Dragon Country. The official conclusion. Turns out it's wrong. It's Fengyan 1's original control algorithm. When dealing with high-frequency, high-intensity thermal flow perturbations, it entered a logical death loop. The result was that the energy spiraled out of control within 1/100th of a second, blowing the entire core apart from the inside. Chief Engineer Wang, Liam-O, immediately halt all physical repair work. From now on, allocate all computing power to build me a one-to-one digital twin model of Fengyan 1. I'm going to reforge its soul in the virtual world. Is this really a question for undergrads? Too easy. If I were taking it seriously, it would only take about 10 minutes. Are you sure you want to turn it in now? Aren't you gonna double check? The questions were way too simple. Felt like a waste of time. Moron. That was a test straight from hell. He only got 2 points deducted. Am I seeing things? 30 minutes. Finished and got a perfect score? Is he answering with his butt? Cheating. He definitely cheated. I don't agree. This problem has only one standard solution. How did he use 3? And each one is simpler than the standard answer. We can only give partial credit. All of you, stop arguing. Look here. This question about the aircraft model, not only did he solve it, he even attached an improvement proposal for the model itself to his answer. The value of this exam paper far exceeds the test itself. It reveals a master's academic vision. This is incredible. I can't believe he did this. Note guy. So it was you. First simulation, model construction successful, starting replication. Initiated. Overturning a conclusion that stood for 20 years. Faster. Implanting the ghost algorithm. Beginning implant. Process stable. Quantum bridge established. Progress at 30%. Core structure syncing. Ghost algorithm is being written. Nice. Hold it steady. Continue. Warning. Underlying logic conflict. Warning. Driver protocol incompatible. Simulation failed. Ugh. Failed again. How can it still be stuck here? It's no use. The ghost algorithm is too advanced, but Cyclone 1's foundational logic is a 20-year-old vacuum tube computer. We lack the driver to make them communicate. Namely, Lin Wangdong, always talking about that unfinished, primitive algorithm manuscript from back then. General Wang, mobilize every resource you have access to. Even if you have to turn the whole country upside down. I don't care if he's alive or dead, sane or crazy. Bring Lin Wangdong before me. What's going on? Still no word? Reporting, sir. There is no record of such a person in the military archives. 20 years ago, we've cross-checked all the records of personnel transfers. There was simply no one named Lin Wangdong. At the critical moment, I still have to step in. Mr. Chu, this is the best sedation plan we can come up with. If that doesn't work, we have electric shields. Take everything? What for? I said take it all. I only need one thing. Get me a whiteboard, a big one, and a few markers. Thieves. You thieves again, trying to steal my things? Get out. This. Impossible. It can't be. How could there possibly be a second person in this world? Who knows? The harmonic gain can't be suppressed at the critical point. Why? Why wait for the harmonics to appear before thinking about how to stop them? That's way too slow. If you get so hung up on details like that, you might as well go sell sweet potatoes. If a powerful system doesn't solve problems, but instead strangles them in their cradle, before they're even born, we'll kill it in the crib. They all say I'm crazy. They say my work is garbage. I was starting to believe it myself. But someone out there really gets my ideas. Kid, I know you restarted Lab 7. You want me back? But I need to prove it myself, for myself and my 3 brothers who died in vain. I must be the sole chief designer. Deal? Within 5 minutes. I need to see its most detailed internal schematics, and the damage report. Understood. Seems fine here now. Oh man, curfew is in 4 hours. Come on, sis, hurry up. No time to get back to the dorm. All external repairs are complete. Attention all units. Prepare to restart the core reactor. Whoa, great. Finally, this moment is here. Startup sequence is ready. Chief Lin, wait. The internal structure of the core's vacuum pump was completely shattered by the explosion. It's beyond repair. I designed that vacuum pump with my own hands back then. I personally designed this vacuum pump 20 years ago. Its specs already beat the combined capabilities of all competing products, domestic and international. Check all equipment inventories across the country immediately. Military or civilian, doesn't matter. Even if you have to tear down someone else's lab, you must find me a working pump. Bring the country's top vacuum technology experts here. All of them. If they refuse, tie them up and bring them here. Use my private jet to fly them here overnight. It's too advanced. Given our current domestic capabilities, replicating a pump like this would require a 2-year R&D cycle at minimum. It's over. Are we really going to fall short because of this basic industrial hardware? This design approach is even more old-fashioned than a soap opera. Mechanical turbomolecular pumps? What era are we even living in? I'll give you a brand new design. Performance boost of 30%. 1-month manufacturing cycle. A 30% increase? Is this kid dreaming of building a Gundam? This is an insult to science. You're insulting every researcher in Longwa. He's crazy. Completely out of his mind. You're insulting science. Everyone, shut your mouths. You people have no brain. Your lack of results doesn't mean consultants you can't do it. Should have this vacuum pump up and running by tomorrow. Chief Engineer Wong, build it exactly like this. All the data is right here. It performs 3 times better than the old version. If anything comes up, I'm on call for warranty service anytime. Fire it up. That guy Lao Wong is a monster. No. The response speed of the PID control is still too slow. If we use dynamic adaptive skinning to actively counteract the vortices, the efficiency would be much higher. This, even military-industrial execs at my father's level have only seen the theoretical prototype of this black tech. How could a trash like him with a perfect college exam score know about it? Dad, help me look into a student named Chu Chen. Any means necessary. What's going on? A student is worth you causing this much trouble? He's definitely not just a student, he's a monster. He knows about dynamic adaptive skinning. Stop the inquiry. Immediately. You little punk, what the hell have you gotten us into? Listen to me, you brat. From now on, you are not to look into that Chu Chen guy anymore. Don't even think about him, or our entire Morong family will be wiped out because of you. Initiate final pressure test. Make it run overloaded for me. 72 hours. I want to see how every atom of it reacts under extreme stress. Test complete. All hardware systems are perfect. The equipment is at peak condition. Reporting, Chief Advisor. The main repair and debugging work for Phoenix I-1 is fully complete. The hardware system is ready to be restarted. All we need is your personally written core control algorithm to be injected. It's Soul. It is no longer called Ghost. It now has a name full of rebirth from ashes, Nirvana. Co-designing from scratch, and writing the core flight control program for a small UAV. Is this kind of work even for an undergrad? You gotta be kidding me. This is difficult enough for our graduation thesis, isn't it? Chu Chen, our group still needs someone to fetch tea and water. Would you like to consider it? Chu Chen. Our project has hit a bottleneck. I think only you can solve it. No time. I have other plans. Reporting, Chief Advisor. All hardware interfaces for Phoenix I-1 have been debugged. Chief Engineer Lin's final data verification is starting. The Nirvana algorithm is perfectly compatible with the hardware driver protocol. The Nirvana system has been injected. It's happening. It's really happening. Power. Connecting. Will it happen again this time? Steady. Everyone, stay steady. The core is starting to heat up. Continuing to increase. Brace for vibration. Data flow confirmed. Temperature curve is still rising. A miracle. Lao Wang, we did it. Excellent, truly excellent. What a nirvana. Shuiyan, it's a success, we succeeded. That kid is a gecko, we must properly reward him, but his nerves can't stay this tense forever. Find a way, using your position as a counselor, to get him to go out and have some real fun, to relax. Good afternoon, class. To reward your excellent performance on the placement exam, I've decided to organize a class dinner this weekend. My treat, 3 cheers for the teacher. In principle, attendance is mandatory for everyone, especially for certain students. Chu Chen, you must attend this time. Everyone's coming. Sorry, Chu. I forgot to ask if you're bringing a +1. Suit yourself. Ms. Chen, you treat Chu Chen so well, you care about him so much. Won't your boyfriend get jealous? Well, Ms. Chen wouldn't mind having someone to get jealous. I just haven't found him yet. What's this? Young Su has such a sharp eye. Want to set your teacher up on a date? 3 squads of state security agents are on 24-hour rotating patrol. They're covering all potential sniper nests and infiltration routes. Every single one is blocked. Your previous approach was wrong. Against a target of this caliber, conventional methods are suicide. Drones? Light show? It will be a metal storm, custom made for Chu Chen. Chu Chen, the whole school is buzzing because of More Own Face challenge. Your situation, it's about to blow up. What on earth are you doing? Hurry up and come up with a plan to deal with it. That challenge isn't important. It's this blueprint that has the problem. This evacuation route is designed in a long, narrow, square-shaped layout. It will become the perfect ambush point. No security designer would ever make such an inhumane mistake, unless they left it there on purpose. Operational plan. The plan was personally designed by provincial-level experts, and has passed dozens of simulations. Please do not believe or spread any false information that interferes with normal security operations. A bunch of self-righteous idiots sitting in their offices. They don't believe us. I've already used my Guardian clearance to deploy troops covertly. We can only rely on ourselves. Team A, Team B. On the day of the anniversary ceremony, I want you to keep that death corner under tight surveillance. Even if a fly passes by, I want to know how many times it flaps its wings. Execute the plan. Detonate the venue. Assassinate the target. Good night, sir. You've worked hard. Moron, looking forward to your brilliant performance tonight. It's starting. Wow, the lights make all the difference. What presents? Whoa. What fast reaction speed. That's insane. It's practically godly. Science needs to be proven through practice. I look forward to exploring the future of flight with our Class S student, Chu Chen. Now, let's give the warmest round of applause as we welcome classmate Chu Chen to the stage. What's going on? Where's his stuff? No way. No way. He's not really going to chicken out now, is he? Ha! He brought a toy up. Is this an insult to our intelligence? This is the school anniversary gala, not a kindergarten arts and crafts class. True flight is the art of mastering the air currents. How could this shape achieve a glide ratio of 40:1? Old Joe, look. What the hell is that thing? Where is it getting the power to climb? This is an illusion. The mushrooms weren't cooked right, they're making me hallucinate. Did you catch that? That's not a model. It's a doctoral thesis on boundary layer, active separation, and reattachment control. All messengers, maintain altitude, prepare to converge. Form arrowhead formation with the podium as target in 5 seconds. Arrowhead locked on podium, descend 200 meters. Initiate fireworks, eliminate target. Copy. Reporting, all commands are unresponsive. Our backend has been hacked. Not good. Protect the target. The drones are out of control. Run. Contain them. Don't let them panic and run. Copy. All guests, block all the exits. Everyone, please remain calm. Pathetic. Using a piece of cloth to stop a storm of steel. Utterly foolish. They stopped? How is that possible? Who did this? It's time to end this. Heh. Looks like I'll have to step in personally. Your time is up. Your efforts will not be in vain. Keep him busy. In 10 seconds, I'll give him a big surprise.